move to Oluwadun Singh, Titiana. Oluwadun Singh is a chemistry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oluwadun Singh is a chemistry teacher, and her prompt is, "I am a chemistry teacher. I need you to make a lesson plan." Let's start from this. I am a chemistry teacher. I need you to make a lesson plan. For this topic, it's a bit contradicting. Now, you're making the work a bit difficult. Say, I am a chemistry teacher. I need to prepare a lesson plan. Or you say, act as a chemistry teacher. Prepare a lesson plan.
That's more direct.
Because for you to get the best of outcome, you need to give the best of prompts
Yes.
for it. As little as this may seem, it might distort your responses, like the responses you get from the AI. I think we've taken one correction there. A lesson plan for this topic, acid for SS1 class SS1 class between the age range of 12 to 14 with the objective define acid, list, explain, and give examples under each type of acid. I will throw this to you, Mr. Hassan. What do you say with this last part of the prompt?
Actually, well, we must first of all commend the fact that compared to the first prompt that we reviewed, the topic was not actually stated. So that this person actually went a step further to actually put it here. I know that the person actually stated the topic. Oh, sorry, on instrument of finance, right?
Yes.
It was stated. Just that the person first of all said create a lesson plan on economics, which kind of it gives a two-way direction. This one is kind of like direct, and the person states the age range of the learner, which is also good. But where we get to this objective now, it makes everything become mixed up. Define is one verb, list is another verb, explain is another verb, give is another verb. Now, the person did not state how many objectives the lesson should have. Now, if I'm guessing if we go up now and we check the objectives that are given by the AI, it should be thank you. It's 4 objectives eventually, and these 4 objectives, the AI is going to treat them as generic as possible because
Thank you, sir. I want to look at this, let's go back to the prompts the person gave, and then from the way the person stated it, because you see asterisk sign, I want to believe this person wanted 2 objectives. Define acid. Now, I want to believe this person wanted types of acid as the second objective, and then under each type, just list the type of acid, organic acid, inorganic acid, or whatsoever, and then for the types, then give examples under each.
actually practically that would have been the way the lesson session should go. But if you look at what the AI did now, it's eventually it lists the acid types first, then explain each type of acid, and then give example of each type of acid. However, when you go into the details of this, because it's going to create 4 steps for this lesson, because it was not stated that the lesson should be in 2
Two
steps,
objectives.
or it should be 2 objectives. So that is where the shortcoming comes in the prompting, because the AI thinks generically. But since you have 4 objectives, that means you need to take first step, second step, and don't forget that the way the AI is going to give it to you is going to be giving you the teacher's activity, the student's activity, and that is one more thing I think the prompt didn't state. It didn't state the steps. Number 2, it didn't state because in some schools, the student activity is not actually stated on the lesson plan. If you happen that you are in a school where the lesson plan you are submitting to your own supervisor doesn't necessarily require student activity, but when you give it a prompt like this, the AI just generically it puts that part in, and you get frustrated. This thing is not personalized, and that is what we mean by personalized, but it's not personalized. But that's also the reason why you need to be able to be good at creating the right type of prompt for the AI eventually. I'll let Mr. Pass take care of the rest.
So I think what we'll look at in this prompt, if I'm to mark this, maybe we might have like 5/10.
I think that's a good score.
5/10. It's just that the specificity of
Yeah.
how the lesson should flow is not stated.
And
Some of the constraints that are needed for
thank
the
you very
lesson
much.
are not stated.
Because you need to be able to create those borders where the AI knows that I've not hit this one, I've not hit this target, I've not hit this target.
Thank you, Christiana, right? Thank you, Christiana.
Oluwadun.
I want to believe your next prompt is going to be better than
And I
this.
think Christina actually did well, and I think she can also include asking the you can also include in our instruction the type of analogies, how many analogies you want the AI to include in the lesson.
How many
How many
examples?
examples you want the AI to include. And if you have maybe struggling students in your class that you like some examples to be tailored to them, particularly, you can state it. Maybe okay, use a 3 grade language, level of language like explanation, or use a fourth grader English to explain this one, or use a fifth grader English to explain this one. It depends on the type of students you have and the type of language you want to use for them. And I think this one can also benefit from, well, we are doing this because this is a lesson plan prompt, because it will be different if it's something that the person is trying to get, but this is a skill you can definitely transfer, because that is how you know what do we mean by refined prompt. You need to know that these are the details that are needed. That's the reason why it's very good to have your jotter in place when you're creating your first prompt for any activity or any type of material, any type of education, because that is where the ethics comes in. That's actually where the ethics comes in. Because if you're not able to set those boundaries, then you can easily violate the ethics. Because you submit a lesson plan that is supervised of you are lazy. Because it's going to be a lazy lesson plan. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hassan. The third lesson plan is from
Chidiogo.
Chidiogo. Before we get to the third lesson plan, you see that a little correction was created for Christiana. That's the economics teacher. And then
Amaka Florence.
Okay, Amaka Florence. It was the economics teacher. You see, for clarity of feedback from the AI, your prompts should include the following: subject, topic, class, age range, objectives, positive example, and then a sample prompt was given to help Amaka in prompting next time. Please just take the pain to write, to type. If you feel like typing is going to be stressful, write it on a piece of paper. When you finish writing, snap it and upload it.
Actually, that's actually a good idea too.
So,
that's a good idea too. Many people don't know that actually. But well, one more thing you want to do when you are writing it, write it clearly.
Yes.
Yes, you need to really write it clearly. Don't write it with a very shabby writing that you have to give it to another human being. They will be struggling to read it. Because when you write it like that, if the AI is trying to scan the text into OCR, it's going to get something else eventually at the end of the day. Some words are not going to be clear and stuff like that. And I think, Mr. Fast, can you just like go through the reading of this and lesson plan out so that the people that are just listening will be able to still get it?
So, plan a lesson for the topic, instrument of business finance. The objective of the class is to make students understand this instrument and how they are used. That's their function. Prepare the lesson in 3 steps. Consider that the learning strengths range from very weak to fast learner.
Yes.
Incorporate at least 2 teaching strategies and how to use them deliver the lesson effectively. You can see the prompt continues.
Yeah.
Please just ensure that everything the AI need to function, give it to it. Now, when you've done it on the first lesson plan, like we stated earlier, since it's the same set of students you're coming back to teach next week or next class, referring back to the first prompt. Today, we'll be planning a lesson for the same class on this topic. Let it follow the previous lesson. You don't have to write plenty. Just give the
Follow the structure of the previous lesson.
Follow the structure of the previous lesson.
I guess that is provided that if you are still in the same conversation.
The same chat.
Yeah,
same chat. Please, if you don't know how to create a new chat, just walk around ChatGPT. You see new chat by the side. You see new chat by the side.
We are on ChatGPT right now. Let me quickly navigate to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is right here. Now, this is how to create a new chat. Click on the toggle here, and this is new chat right here.
The sidebar that you have there, just click on it. That's if you're using mobile. If you're using mobile, if you're using system,
I think there's also the same toggle. It's just that it can open.
It's opened automatically on the system. It's opened on the system. It's you that you have to close it and open it back. You just see new chat by the side there. Create a new chat. Thank you very much. At this juncture, we move to the Chidi's lesson plan. Now, Chidi is a social studies teacher. I am a social studies teacher. I need to lesson plan primary 5 pupils on the topic benefits of drugs. We will not dwell too much on this because all that needs to be reviewed has been spoken in the first 2 lesson plans we mentioned. Now, this lesson plan is actually vague. The 2 things that are just specified here is the subject, the topic, and the class. What are your objectives?
How many?
what kind of lesson,
Yeah.
what kind of students or pupils are you teaching, how many
How
minutes do
many
you want to
minutes?
use, what's their previous knowledge. So we won't dwell on this. Please just refer back to Amaka Florence and then the other person's
Oluwadunsi.
review. You get it here. We'll be bringing this to a wrap. Before we close, I would like to state that the three of you are going to get a gift, and your gift is going to be a worksheet
Yeah.
that will give you a step-by-step guide.
So
You can just
responses.
edit the worksheet yourself. Like what you just do is we'll fill it up based on the subject, the topic we want to teach. Then yours is just edit it to whatever you want to teach, upload it, and then tell AI prepare the lesson plan using this worksheet as your guide or your template. Thank you very much. Please note that we'll be having a class again this evening, same time by 8 p.m.
More on that. For those of you that must have gone through this podcast and you have questions, please don't hesitate to leave them on the group. We will respond to the questions eventually. However, we may not be on for the rest of the day, every step of the way for the rest of the day. But just leave your questions there. The moment we get back, either by 4 o'clock or by 6 o'clock, we'll start responding to them one after the other, one after the other. If your question don't get responded to directly because it has been responded to in a previous and maybe by answering one other person, just you just need to check it out and just follow up from there. And if you don't need specific detail, just ask for it and it will be provided eventually. Thank you very much, Amaka Florence. Thank you very much, Oluwadunsi, Christiana, and Chidiogo Okoli for putting in your assignment. Well, I am very sure you are going to find the worksheet that we are providing you with very, very handy. And for those that might want to complain that, oh, we were not able to attend the class, why are we? Honestly, I feel like, just as I said earlier, the video is still on. The live video is still on. You can still go back to that live video, listen to the steps that were stated, take your notes, and you also be able to come up with your own. That's how we bring it to you wrap today. Once again, my name is Hassan, and that's Babs from PCIS Edu. Thank you. God bless you. Have a nice Saturday. And thank you very